Alright everyone, welcome to the end of the weekend. It did not upload yesterday just because the price action has been super boring. And before we do jump into this video, I gotta give a shout out. This is the first shout out I've ever given on this channel, and funny enough, it's going to be to subscribe to the YouTube channel known as the Balkan Dwarf. Go ahead, show them some love. It's a meme coin that I'm invested in. You don't have to buy their project, but go check out their channel. Watch that teaser trailer they just put out. Their animation team is really putting in a lot of effort, so definitely go ahead, show them some support, and let them know that the Crypto Crane sent you down in the comments over there on their channel. Alright, now let's get back to the Bitcoin price action, which is just chopping in the middle of this volume cluster, as to be expected during the weekends. A low volatility, obviously, but we are starting to get some bullish price action now, trying to bang our heads back up against the top of this volume. Once again, I can go ahead and turn on all the indicators here. You can see what I'm talking about. I'm using the visible range volume profile on the right hand side of the screen. It's flip level, and at this point, as I had been saying, I think the lows are in, the small corrective phase is over, and the next target is, of course, all-time highs of this big liquidity above $74,000. And as we approach all-time highs, I think you're going to see a lot of euphoria come back into the markets, and then once we break, you should see everyone start going crazy. Retail is going to be jumping back in at full force, in my opinion, and that's where we'll get more cautious. That's where the longer videos will come in. We'll take a more quantitative look at the charts and really figure out, okay, is it time to sell, or are we holding for $300,000 plus, which I do think is a possibility. A lot of these altcoins, you look at total 3, they are set up to go in a much larger rally. This looks like Macroeconomic accumulation, where you do have the bear market breakout backtest, and then the true run starts, where it does go ahead, break all-time highs here, and we go on this rampage up into price discovery. And I definitely see the case, and that's why we'll just have to take it day by day. I've been very conservative on this channel, warning that, hey, there's a high potential. We don't have a proper breakout of the highs, and it does swing fail those highs. Maybe a bit of a deviation, right, where we fake everyone out and then come back into the range, and that's your warning time before you enter the bear market. A lot of that's due to some things we're seeing in other charts, such as the dollar showing a lot of strength, meaning that there's not as much trust in currencies worldwide, whereas we have gold continuing to skyrocket, showing that there's even more of a risk-off environment in the U.S. as well. These two combined shows that people are scared of something happening in the future. And then we go ahead and look at unemployment. You can see this is starting to come up again. So we got some more macroeconomic stuff that's signaling, hey, maybe we have a recession, depression, and a worldwide global financial event on the horizon. World War III, who really knows? And I think there's been a lot of de-risking in the market because of that, and it's shown. You have the inverted yield curve coming back up. But as everyone's been calling for a recession, the markets have been climbing the wall of worry, right? Recessions don't happen when everybody is calling for it. They begin and markets start to crumble after everyone is super euphoric. So what gets everyone super euphoric? A break into all-time highs, and that's why, I've been very conservative if this were to play out. That would not surprise me at all. We got a lot of factors set up to end us in some hard times, but we also a lot of catalysts to push Bitcoin up to potentially $1 million, right? If it really is going to be a reserve asset, if it's going to correlate more with gold, then maybe it would be recession proof. I would not bet on that because it's more correlated with the stock market, and more specifically the technology sector of the stock market as a risk on asset. But I do think there's a good chance the S&P can continue to rally. The Russell can go ahead and break out. The Russell's been struggling here, but I do think inevitably these highs will get taken out from the last bull market cycle. And when you see that happen, you're going to see a lot of de-risking in your risk on assets. That's going to be really good for the altcoins and total 3, as this chart is looking very bullish. And I definitely think there are going to be a lot of exciting times in the near-term future. The big question is, how long will it last? Will this last at the end of 2025, or will this end in a couple months from now? And that's what we're going to be figuring out on this channel as the time comes. Right now, once again, we've just been chopping over the weekend. As this next week ramps up, I do expect this price action to start escaping to the upside. So I cannot wait for this to unfold here on the channel as we finally escape into all-time highs. Is something I've been calling for and been wrong about continuously throughout this range. I had said we were breaking all-time highs here. I've been wrong about this, but at some point, we are going to go ahead and hunt this liquidity. I've held this position for quite some time, so nice to see we are finally getting the breakout. And as everybody starts flipping more bullish, right, we had everyone super bearish down here. I was saying, no, don't be bearish. Now we're going to see the bullish step back in. Everyone's going to start going crazy. And I might flip bearish, and then everyone's going to be calling me crazy once again, like they were calling me crazy at the lows. And I think that'll be another sign for us is the sentiment, right? What is sentiment like when we break all-time highs? If everyone's calling for a recession and that it's probably going to reverse at $80,000, then that's going to be another confluence actually against my thesis, as the majority is normally on the wrong side of the market. But I think it's going to get crazy when retail jumps back in, and it should be pretty obvious when we need to be getting very vigilant out there. But as we've talked about before, when these rallies start, they can go very, very fast. I mean, we could see Bitcoin at hundreds of thousands of dollars within the next couple of months. And then, yeah, maybe it is all over by then, but we're at hundreds of thousands of dollars and stuff has just exploded within the last couple of months. So you don't want to just instantly sell a breakout or anything like that. Let it play out and just react to the market. We're not predicting anything here on this channel. We have no idea what's going to happen. We just know the probabilities, and especially right now, I think the probabilities are definitely in favor of this all-time high breakout finally coming very, very shortly. But we'll see what happens. Of course, don't be surprised if we get some big long flushes along the way as we've gotten these past couple of days, right? Big wicks to the downside on the daily time frame are something that should be expected. So make sure to stay out of those leveraged positions if you don't know what you're doing. But if you do have any questions about anything I talked about or just want to join the community for this channel, link to my Discord is in the description down below. Also down below, you'll see a bunch of exchange partners, so feel free to go ahead and click on those exchanges if you want some nice bonuses and rewards using my referral links to sign up. But with that being said, thank you all so much for watching, and I'll see you all in the next video.